Welcome back, as here we go into this second losers round match. First off for red, we have the Cult of Phobos, the Bupula Mobula with Hades dual Artemis, left side flare gun, right side Banshee gun. Their ally is the extra juicy bits Galleon with left side Hades Lumberjack Mark II heavy flak, and right side heavy carronade Hwacha with a rear flare gun. And their opponents Moonshine Moth mixed down, bringing the Judgment, the Bamboozle Moth, Nemesis Center Artemis and Hades with a rear Hwacha Javelin, and finally their ally Queen Kerwin's Revenge. Looks like this is very similar to what their opponents are bringing. Hades Lumberjack Mark II flak, heavy carronade Hwacha, and flare gun. So this is almost a mirror situation of what we saw on Fernfeld, with the Judgment Galleon being played by Triple M against a Sniper Mobula and another Galleon. This time, however, Cult of Phobos, their opponents, not quite as well known in the competitive sphere as the Pomelos are. But you take a look here, you do see a lot of long time. It's kind of a mishmash of players. Like Portable Grump, you see playing for. Oh, who do we? She play with Triple L usually. A lot of players who usually play with different teams. Inkjet as well, often plays with the Riders. But we're gonna see more sniping, so buckle in. This time, however, Bamboozle Moth, they've given up on their heavy flak plan, opting to bring that center Nemesis as well, which is going to do a lot more sustained damage over the course of a fight. Now, Bupula's balloon getting very low, so that might be the first balloon kill, with Bamboozle Moths going down as well. I guess these two ships are going to be staying in arc of each other, although it looks like Judgment is actually running for cover. And you see Bupula as well, they're backing off, trying to modify the distance between them and their target, so those Hades shots, this can be a very effective strategy in long-range duels against arcing weapons. Is if you just move your ship forward or backward, it actually screws with the drop angle of the opposing gunner. It's a very small thing that can reduce the incoming damage by a significant amount. However, it looks like the engagement is shifting to the east side of the map. They don't want to just sit at the canyon entrance forever. The cave entrance, excuse me. Spot's already going down. As the ships approach east wall, the Galleons peering forward first. Hades shots raining back and forth. Bamboozle Moth, I'm not quite sure. Looks like they are in arc. Trying to check to see if they are blocked by the wall. They are in position. So this high vertical cover, the Galleons can actually use, they can sidle forward and backwards to utilize this cover. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for the forward-facing Bamboozle Moth. This is one of the advantages of broadside-based ships. Broadside-based ships are typically better at using high cover, while vertical-based ships using more mid-height cover that they can duck up and down rather than forward and backward. So the Galleon goes behind cover, repairs, rejoins the fight. The Artemis shots rain in. Lumberjack. Often, one of the dictating force in these types of fights is who loses the balloon first, and extra juicy bits, balloon goes down, so once again they're forced to go behind cover. Blue team's Lumberjack accuracy just a little bit higher, and they do have the help of that Nemesis, which is something that red does not have access to. Nemesis is a good all-around weapon. Does balloon damage, does armor damage, permanent damage, it does everything. And even take out components with good aim. Now Queen Kerwin's Revenge losing their balloon. forced to duck behind cover, like clockwork. So how about those Pittsburgh Steelers? How about that football, huh? The big game day and Eli Manning. I'm sorry, let me talk about something totally irrelevant while the Mobula is dying. That's an Ur's specialty. As now the extra juicy bits left alone here, they're going to lose their armor as well, and the way they've backed up, they don't have a lot of cover that they can get behind, so dual focus from blue team going to be coming in pretty quickly. And this could snowball as well, because blue team, Triple M is pushing into their opponent's spawn, so once this kill goes down, and it's actually taking a little bit of time, the respawn timer for the Mobula is ticking down, and what blue team should probably expect is a western spawn from red. Red's going to probably want to put the maximum amount of distance between them and their opponents. So if I was Triple M, I would be bum rushing this side of the map, which it looks like that's what they are currently doing, just, you know, occupying slower ships, so they're going as fast as they can. Although it appears Red's just spawning center map instead, and I don't know if this is the right decision here, because it means that they don't get any buffs, they don't get to really reload their guns, or if they do, they're losing the first volley, and already extra juicy bits, 60% permanent health gone, just erased from the galleon. They're getting destroyed, and this might be it for juicy bits. Look at look how little health they have already. This is the dangers of spawning in front of your opponents. It just doesn't work. You want to if you want to spawn behind them, I can understand, but you generally don't want to spawn in front of them. And now the Bupula trying to do what they can. They did a little bit of damage to the Queen Kerwin's Revenge, but the dual focus is enough to finish them off, and I hope we don't see them attempt this again with Triple M now on match point, on the verge of eliminating Cult of Phobos and friends from the tournament. And there we go. That's the spawn that I had expected. This far west protected spawn for red team. What is Triple M going to do about it? Both bird ships have spawned in. Looks like Cult of Phobos is requesting a pause. Taking a look here. Maybe calling off the pause. Checking to see if one of their members had disconnected. And we'll see how quickly they're going to be able to make contact. Moth is actually getting behind red team's position. I don't think red's going to maybe expect this, but they do get to early spot. Mobula's facing the opposite direction. But the Galleon's able to turn our arcs pretty quickly. And now Bamboozle Moth, red team going to get a dual focus on the Bamboozle Moth. Judgment being forced away. Queen Kerwin's Revenge moving in. Blue has to be careful here. This is not an unwinnable game for Cult of Phobos, despite the fact that it looks pretty bad. If the coordination from blue falls apart and red gets a few dual focuses, that could be enough to bring him back in the game. However, extra juicy bits is currently losing the 1v1 with the Galleon. Look at that, another 60% damage. Queen Kerwin's Revenge dishing out the beef with that heavy flak. And the Bupula is able to force them behind cover, but again, not before knocking their ally Galleon down to about half health. And that's given that their opponents are... Wait, the Judgment died somehow. I have people in chat, in the game chat, yelling at me. Apparently the Judgment just died in some inexplicable way, and now they've spawned back in. I totally missed it. Well, maybe maybe this is the opportunity that Red needs, an act of God, or maybe an act of bracket Muse, bracket Bubbles, but it's not enough. Mobula goes down to the newly spawned Bamboozle Moth. And that's going to be Moonshine Moth Mixup, moving on to play the Glowwater Thralls in the Losers Finals. And they will be duking it out for the right to play against the Pomelos for the title of SCS 218 champion.